Hello, my name is Nadia and I teach Yoga of Intention. Today I want to share with you the secret yogic knowledge to better understand how we can achieve anything we want in our life with simple yogic practices without spending many years of hard work on achieving something in our lives. So let's start from the beginning. Yoga of Intention or Sankalpa Yoga is secret yogic knowledge, secret yogic practices that we do mentally to achieve whatever we want in our life. Intention from Latin means purpose. So intention is different from our desires or our goals, but sometimes I will use all these words for you to better understand what I mean. But intention is something that we just put our attention into achieving without having a lot of desire for it, because the universe works in such a way that whenever you really want something very much, the universe is taking it away from you. But as soon as you let it go, you probably had such situations in your life when you just dropped something that wasn't working for you and then it magically came through. So this is how the universe works. There is nothing irrational here, and as soon as you understand those principles, you can make it work for you and use those specific steps to achieve whatever you set intention for very easy and very fast. I will teach you how to do that. First of all, we have to understand what is intention. Intention is not your desire, because desire has a lot of I want, a lot of emotions in it. And intention is just when you put your attention into something, when you put your actions into achieving something, your goal, without wanting it very much. It can be something material in your material life, or it can be something in your inner life, like you want to work on your qualities or relationships or whatever it is. Let's assume you want a house. Simple example. Instead of just wanting and dreaming about that house, let's just set intention. The intention is to live in your own house. You have to start doing actions without actually wanting that house. So it means that you are okay with not having it as well. And when you are okay with not having it as well, the universe sees that you are actually getting to be ready for that. Because the universe will not give you anything if you are not ready to lose it. So that's why a lot of people who really want a lot of money don't have even an opportunity to achieve it, because if they lose those money, it will be a great tragedy for them. So it depends on your capacity to let go things. Of course, it can be also some very important lesson in your life when you have to lose something and have to find strength to overcome it, but that's a different story. Let's come back to our intentions now. Intention is to have a house, right? You set that intention and you start doing yogic practices. First of all, the first step in yoga of intention is to find that proper image. So visualize what kind of house it is, how many rooms does it have, where is it located. Think of every tiny detail, because if you don't think about something, it will turn out the way that will not work for you. You have to really be specific about what do you want and not compromise on anything else. Start searching for houses, because if you're just dreaming about it, if you're just visualizing it, how can it come true if you're not actually researching the market, if you're actually not doing material actions to be able to get that house? Start researching the market, start scheduling visits, start talking to realtors, start exploring the options. How can you buy it? But don't limit yourself. Don't only think about one way of getting a house, because the universe will not be able to surprise you. Just be open to how you get it. You don't have to set a goal to make money for a house, because that is not how it works. If you want a house, set an intention to have a house or to live in a house, because to have a house and to live in a house are also very different things, right? The paradox of life is whatever you actually whatever you actually verbalize and visualize, it comes true. But then you realize that you should have been more specific. You should have been visualizing it better because it came true, but it's not the way how you truly want it. So be very specific. Find every tiny detail, how you want it to be, with whom you want to live there, what you want to do there, how much time you want to spend there. I have a lot of clients that I work with business-wise that have big, beautiful houses here in the US, and yet they only sometimes sleep there, and that's it. They don't spend time in their beautiful houses. So what's the purpose of having that beautiful house if you are paying very high rent or utilities or like whatever? Expenses are big for such big houses, but you are just sleeping there. For me, it has no point, but okay, if for some people it works, that's great. If that's what your intention is, go ahead and just embrace it. In this first step, when you are creating an image, be very specific what you really want and be very direct. Don't think about how to get there, because you are not God. The universe knows better, so the universe will give it to you. Whatever way it will take, it's not your job. You just set your intention and leave the most of the work for the universe. This is the groundbreaking difference from what the most people in the world do. The most people are trying to build everything they want themselves. They don't cooperate with the universe. And it takes a lot of efforts, and they are not able to get everything they want because we are limited. Our powers are very limited as just individuals. If you connect to the universe, if you work with the universe energies, it becomes very easy. Another thing during this first step to realize is whether the universe really wants to support your intention. Is it going to influence well the world, the universe? If that intention is not something that is good for the universe or for the people, and I don't mean that you have to be philanthropic or only care about the environment or animals and not about yourself, no. Another important thing to do during this first step is first of all to realize if that is truly your intention, because nowadays we have a lot of marketing, a lot of other people exploring their lives and putting it in social media or creating images for what they want or whatever. And you might think that this is what you also want. You see other people being happy, having certain things, and what our brain thinks is, if I have the same, I will be also happy. But that's not how it works. First of all, people just put their best things in social media, and it doesn't mean they're happy. Most people are unhappy. And those people who are truly happy, it's not because they have millions or big houses, although for some people it is very important. I suggest you do what feels right for you, but think for yourself, is it truly your intention? Is it truly what your heart wants, your soul wants, not your head, your mind? To be able to understand if that is really your intention, close your social media for a few days. Forget about everything. Like really close down, shut it up for a few days. Don't follow any media, no TV, no social media. Don't follow your favorite bloggers or celebrities, etc. And just observe your life. What really makes you happy? And for most people, those are very simple things that can be easily achieved. A very small percentage of people really have to be famous to be happy. This is something that is imprinted in them. Or their idea of rich life is really having very expensive things. But for the most people, that is not like that. For most people, those are very simple things that make their life be rich. Maybe you already have those things that make you happy, but you're not able to realize it. And of course, when we learn how to set intentions and those intentions start to come true very easily, I will teach you how to do that. You realize that whatever intention you have, whenever you achieve it, it doesn't change how you feel inside. This is something that is not what your inner world is about. So learn how to be happy in that moment, and you will not be disappointed when you reach your intention. Don't expect your intentions to make you happy. It doesn't work like that. If you are unhappy, the universe doesn't see the point to give you more, because you are not grateful for what you have, and you are not able to feel good with what you already have. If you are watching this video, so you for sure have electricity, for sure have internet, and for sure have food and clothes. I suppose you have family, friends at some certain level. Of course, you can change that, but those are the basic things that are here for you to already be happy. Before you set intention, work on how you feel now, because if you feel happy and satisfied now, the universe sees that you are actually coping well. You actually understood how it works, and whenever you set your next intention, every time it comes more and more easy. Another important aspect of that first step when we create image for intention is to check if the universe supports your intention, if you are able to synchronize your intention with the universe, because we only do 10% of efforts in yoga of intention to achieve our intentions, but 90% of the efforts are done by the universe. You don't have to work hard for that. You just have to be very concentrated on that. That's why meditation is always a very good idea, to develop that concentration skill. But for now, when you found your image, when you found your true intention, created that image, visualized every detail, I want you to close your eyes, shut off your brain, and just listen with your heart. Does the universe really support your intention? And the answer is very quick and very true in your heart. You always know the answer. Don't lie to yourself. If you know that this is something that probably not the best idea, I don't mean doubting yourself, no. But deep inside, we always know if this is the right thing for the universe. Nowadays, people becoming more and more conscious. So all the businesses, all the actions, all the side hustles that are not making environment better and helping people are probably not the best idea. Maybe for now you will learn something from it, but taking into consideration long-term happiness and self-realization, nowadays the world does not support such intentions. It will become very, very difficult for you, because first of all you understand that you are not being your best self while doing it. Let's have a small digression here. When I was working in corporation, I'm a marketing and advertising specialist with 8+ years of experience in the biggest corporations in ad industry and marketing. I've been through it all. And in all my corporations, I didn't see happy people. People were really, really unhappy. They were making a lot of money, but they were ill, sick, unhappy, depressed. They have been abusing, etc., etc., etc. And a lot of those people are trying to escape the corporation, but it's not so easy actually, you know. You have to be really willing to do that. You have to be willing to sacrifice that money for the first time when you're trying to create a better life for yourself. Those actions, those businesses, those goods that businesses are now producing that are not good generally for the world are not being supported by the world anymore. These corporations, these companies will go out of business very, very soon. And a lot of people feel it. A lot of people lose jobs. We've seen it through the pandemic. A lot of things change, and it's going to change even further. And a lot of countries go through a lot of struggles now, and that is reshaping them. Think about what can be done for the world to make it a better place, but also satisfies your inner purpose of living. Of course, to be able to set intention, you have to know yourself. So where I suggest to start is to study yourself. Study your purpose of life. You can use a lot of different instruments for that. Now we have accessibility to almost everything. And there are different techniques that you can use. If you are willing to do it and you are open to it, it will come to you. Study yourself. Study your purpose of life. Study what makes you happy on a deeper level. And even when you are doing the job that is actually making you happy on a deeper level, it doesn't mean that it will come easy on you. No. But whenever you do it, or after, when you've done something following your purpose, you feel a great relief. You feel that you've been giving yourself for the better and making the world a better place. This is how it works. And then when you know your purpose, when you know your needs, when you know where you stand right now, what are your basic values? Do you know your values? I bet a lot of people have never thought about it because it's never been taught in everywhere. Think about it. Study yourself. Use different tools to understand who you are. What are your basic principles? What are your strong sides? How can you make the world a better place? What is your strong quality, the strongest quality you have? What are your skills that you can start sharing right now? What is something that have always been interesting for you but you never studied it? Start studying it, and maybe that is your first intention, to study something, to learn something that is truly interesting for you. And then add more and more and more intentions. Again, intentions can come either from desires or just from setting a goal when you know that something is good for you. But it's not the same that desire. It has no desire in it. It might come from desire, but it has no desire in it. It's just concentrated actions towards achieving something that you want. So you just verbalize it, you set the image, you visualize your image, you create that image, and then you start making steps that I will talk about in later videos. So make sure you subscribe and save that video. There are 4 steps. Today we are talking about the first step. And you start making those actions both in spiritual way that I will talk about and in material world, because again, the house will not buy itself. No one will come to your door and say, here is the key for your house. It won't happen. You have to do it yourself, right? You have to put action into it, but you also have to put energy into that image, and I will teach you how to do that.